Wow, we live. And there is no one here. So I will wait for someone to come in. We will just wait. Anybody? Anybody here? Don't know. Oh, it says there's a heat warning where I'm at. Okay. I already knew that, but okay, I can sit here. I should have played some music. Oh, who's here? Dustin's here. What's up, Dustin? Good to see you, brother. You're the first one here, man. Oh, Blakey's here. What's up, Blakey? I knew you'd be here. Yep. Just wanted to come on. Everybody's been putting out, KSR's been putting out a bunch of stuff. I want to talk about the Toledo game because I am off the first three games. So we're going to watch the Toledo game right here. If you guys want to watch the game, come and watch the game with me. It's an early 11:45 a.m. game on August 30th, starting off with Toledo. So, yeah, I know everybody's getting scared about that game. We're going to beat Toledo, and I'll tell you why here in a little bit. We have to win that one. Yeah, we will. They run the classic air raid. They were 215th in rushing. They just run a draw. They stay in the shotgun, so he takes off running. So if you let him run, yeah, but they can't stop the run. They got 5 new offensive linemen, so yeah. I mean, look, I know everybody's scared because the point spread went from 12.5 to 9.5, but that's normal. 9.5, that's about right. We should beat them by 10 points. Like I said, their quarterback, he could maybe start for us. He might be going to the NFL. If you haven't watched my Tucker Gleason video, yeah, that dude can friggin' run and pass, but he stays in a shotgun. That's the weakness. You can't run out of the shotgun. So they had problems on the goal line, but now they have some good receivers. They are going to score. But they cannot stop the run. And they have 5 brand new offensive linemen. So, look, we just need to whack them. We just need to just run the ball right down their throat and get it over with. And I think we will. Because, yeah, they beat Pitt in a bowl 48-47. I mean, so, yeah, they can score. I mean, if you don't cover their receivers, he's going to take off. Well, if you do cover him, he's going to run. He's not super fast, but he's fast enough that he can pick up 10 yards. What do you guys want to talk about? I had some things I wanted to talk about. We'll get some more people in here. Oh, there's 8 people in here. Everybody sound off. Randall Cobb was on the SEC podcast with Uncle Shane and whoever the hell, cousin Shane, Uncle Mike, whoever those 2 dudes are. They had Randall Cobb on today. They were kissing his ass. And they didn't say what. I'm like, I'm waiting for you to say something bad about Kentucky. What's up, man? Y'all don't want to talk smack to Randall Cobb, which is probably a bad idea. But no, Randall Cobb. I mean, of course they're going to be cool to Randall Cobb. I mean, come on, you're not gonna. Hey, I mean, first of all, he probably smack you, but no, Randall Cobb was just saying he didn't go. He's from not. He was in Knoxville. He worked in sold popcorn or whatever in the stadium, but they didn't want him. They didn't think he was any good, and so we took him. So there you go, and. Oh, take your time, Blakey. I'll be here. I see there's 8 people showing in here. Sound off, everybody. Dustin's here. Take your time, Blakey. I'm going to stay on for a little while tonight. If you guys want to talk, like I said, yeah, Randall Cobb went on the SEC podcast, and, it's funny how they didn't trash Kentucky when he was on there. I like that. But like I said, you probably get smacked if you start talking smack to Randall Cobb. Well, he'd at least get in your face. He loves Kentucky, and can't wait till Toledo brought tickets a month ago. Well, see, you're going to be there. Good. Okay, we're going to watch it right here, but if you can sneak in on your phone, Dustin, like I said, these guys are dangerous, but there's no reason why we should beat these guys. They run the air raid. They stay in the shotgun. You cannot run out of the shotgun. They were 215th in rushing. They had problems on the goal line because you can't run it. If you don't get under center at the goal line or you're not used to it. And they have 5 new offensive linemen. So, hopefully we will just get in his face and and collapse that pocket. But no, I got some KSR headlines here. Talking about how good the wide receivers are going to be. I already been saying that. Finally, somebody figured out that, hey, we have a deep wide receiver room. Our wide receivers are going to be good. Yeah, they are going to be good. Hardly Gilmore. They were bragging on Hardly Gilmore. They're saying he's the best deep route runner, which surprises me, but sounds to me like Hardly Gilmore is going to get some playing time. BBN for life, Dustin. You'll have to regret buying those tickets. Good time. What are you talking about, dude? We can't win. Listen, hey, BBN, listen, brother. I know you're a fake fan, but you're about to be BBN who got blocked, okay? Don't come in here talking crap on my page, all right, dude? I'm going to block you, okay? If you're going to be a fake fan, be good at it, okay? Now, either lose the attitude, get off my page, or I block you, all right? Just knock it off, dude. We don't have time for that here. Dustin, yeah. I hate to get mad at somebody, but dude, don't do that shit, okay? And I got to stop cursing. I did enable some settings where you'll be able to see the chat box, so we'll be able to see what everyone said when you watch this back. I didn't have that enabled, and when you watch the live back, it didn't show that. It just shows me talking, so I thought I hit the little setting. And I did go over 350 subscribers today. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to block anybody, dude, but don't come in here and start that. This is positive here. We're going to get excited about the season. Yeah, you're a horrible fake fan, dude. I mean, you're just, and I blocked you before and you come back on another name, but it's so easy to figure you out, dude, because you talk the exact same way. So let's be positive today. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So anyway, yes, KSR has done a bunch of articles. And one of the first ones was the wide receiver room. They have figured out that it's going to be good. People that have watched summer practice start. So yes, we get excited about the wide receivers. As I said, Hardly Gilmore is showing out on long routes. So it sounds like he's gonna get some playing time over Toledo and those other guys, JJ Hester. The way it is in camp. So I know why we took him back now. So, look, he's a good player. So Kendrick's Law in the slot. Like I said, Toledo's going to be a tough game. Listen, they're 215th versus our 215th rushing. They were 65th in passing, and they can pass the ball. Okay, that's what they do. Think of Hal Mummy, Tim Couch, but they can't run the ball, and they can't stop the run. They give up a lot of big long runs. Dustin. Oh yeah, Dustin. I saw. Yeah. Let's get excited for the season. Okay. It's a 9.5 that the line's shrinking, but you know what? That's normal. 9.5 is a good line. I bet it at 11.5. If they can't stop the run, they're going to be in trouble. They gave up a lot of long runs last year. If you watch, I did watch them against Pitt in the bowl game. And yeah, now, like I said, the quarterback is good, and they've got one wide receiver who could play in the SEC. So they're that good on offense. That dude's going to take off running. He's going to be back in the shotgun to give him a couple extra seconds to survey the field. Like I said, we just need to get in his face. And if you gave up a lot of long runs, you're in trouble. What's up, Dad? Pessimist in the spring, but I like what I'm hearing about our line. Oh, yeah, dude. There are both lines. The defensive line, the O-line, look. Bush Hamden. Well, I was going to save this. There's 10 people in here. So Bush Hamden said when they had that banquet with Tom Leach, and then he had Stoops, Brad White, and Bush Hamden. Bush Hamden, they talked about this on KSR. Bush Hamden said it's going to be one of the best offensive lines in the history of the school's ever had. And Matt Johnson was like, whoa. One of our lines, we sent three of our offensive linemen to the NFL in the early rounds. But Siaje Pete's going to the NFL, and Joshua Bronson. So two of them, but it's going to be a good offensive line. Okay. Everybody's big. Everybody's 300, over 300. Siaje Pete is 6'8". It's a big dude. Like I said, that's the guy you're going to notice. The right side of the line is, I think, Pete and Braun. So, like I said, we just need a center, Jagger Burton, or either Wibberley's going to come in and play because he's good. But no, our O-line is, you're going to see. I know people that just look at names. Wildcat highlights. What's up, brother? Speaking of the low line, it looks like moving to center. Will Slager to center? Oh well, I did not hear that. I heard Mark Stoops say if Jagger Burton does not work out at center, we'll really he can move. If Jagger Burton doesn't work out at center, he can move him to guard and bring in Wilberly. Now I heard him say that on the summer press conference. The one I think I put the highlights up. Yeah, he said that. But I mean, look, I don't know who's going to play center. Just put the 5 best guys in there and let's run the damn ball. I do know this, guys. How many people got in here? 9 people. I probably ran BBN off. That's all right. Like I said, don't be talking smack in here. The big blue wall again. You're going to see the big blue ball. You're going to see the big blue wall again. Just get ready because you know who said that? Dante Dowdell, and they're talking to him and McGowan. And they both said, now, McGowan played at Oklahoma and New Mexico State, and Dowdell played at Nebraska. And they both said, this is the best line they've ever played by. So if those guys are saying the line's good, line's probably good. Just guessing. Wildcat highlights. Check out our what? Your lads? I don't know what you're saying. Our lads, brother. What do you mean? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what our lads is. Tell me that again. But I'm glad you're in here. Glad you're in here, brother. I use your highlights. I try to give you a shout out every time. Everybody go, if you want to see highlights, go to this man's channel because he's got the best. They talked about the, like I said, the O-line's been something. It's the depth chart online. Okay, yeah, Mark Stoops talked about that. He said it's going to be changing. I did a video, if you watched my Brad White video last night, that I actually made a couple days ago, so it's probably a little late, but the first depth chart came out, and so, it'll probably change, but you know what? By the time we get to how many days out are we? It's the 28th. Oh, excuse me. The 30th is our first game. So, dude, we're like 31 days out here. What's the headlines on football? I got KSRC. I have a computer. I can look stuff up, unlike some other podcasts. What is it, man? What are you talking about? What's expected? What are you talking about, dude? Being disrespectful. Listen, man. Dude, what did I just say to you, brother? I understand what your opinion is, okay? I understand what your opinion is, but you know what? Brother. I'm going to miss you. Everybody say goodbye to BBM for life because he's a fake fan. There you go. He's gone. I hate fake. If you're going to be a fake fan, he'll be back. Yeah, he was a Louisville fan. He's been in here before. I mean, he's been on my videos. I keep blocking him. He keeps changing his name. BBN for life. And then you come here talking smack. Okay, first person blocked is you. Congratulations, BBN. Not going to miss you, brother. If you remove. There we go. Let's just remove all of his stuff because I don't want to hear anything he has to say. There we go. Anyway, it's a shame you got to block somebody, but don't come in here talking smack. Okay. Now, what was I talking about? See, before we had to block somebody. We got 9 people in here. Okay. Shout yourself out. I see Wildcat highlights, Dad. I know Blakey will be back. If you want to say something, look, man, you can say something negative, but this dude was just, negative all the damn time, Dude, I mean, who the hell you think you're talking to? You on my channel? I mean, come on. Yes, so the first story that I looked at, I really wanted to come on and talk about was the wide receiver room. They have figured out, people in the national media are starting to figure out that, hey, there's life after Barron Brown and Dane Key. Yeah, we're going to have some good receivers. So anyway, guys, what do you want to talk about? Like I said, if you just got in here, Randall Cobb was on the Good Old Boy SEC podcast with Uncle Shane. I can't remember Uncle Shane, Cousin Shane, Uncle. I can't remember their names. 2 Good Old Boys, and they were kissing his ass. And I'm, which I say that. Of course, they're going to be nice to Randall Cobb. He's a big ass. They didn't say anything bad about Kentucky. They didn't say we was one of the tier worst programs or Stoops was going to get fired. They didn't say any of that. So I just found that amusing. Don't watch those guys. We will be watching the first 3 games here because I'm off. I don't work. I'm not on duty the first 3 games. So we're going to watch the Toledo game right here, 12:45 a.m. Eastern on August 30th, Saturday. So if you guys want to come watch the game, come watch the game. Okay. I'll let you talk. Like I said, this is a respectful channel. We had Florida fans in here. We had Tennessee fans in here. Everybody's welcome here. Louisville fans are welcome here. I don't care. It's for the love of football. All right, guys. We're never going to be validated on the fine bombers and the national media. Okay. It's just not going to happen. But all right, got some new people in. Sound off if you come in. Speak up, guys. You're welcome to. I'm just sitting here talking to you. We were talking about the wide receivers. Calzada says discipline and urgency will define Kentucky, not just motivation. Yeah, you need discipline and urgency, especially when somebody's trying to kick your ass at football. Mark Stutes believes the secondary will be the strength of the defense. I'm sitting here reading offline KSR. I like KSR. All right, who else is in here? Who am I missing? Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me okay? Sometimes this mic, I'm going to change this. I like the headphone. I don't like the big mic sitting in front of you. I'll get a better setup, but for right now, I'm just going to do this. And no fancy graphics. What else are we talking about? Bush Hamden says Kentucky's running backs are ready to match SEC physicality. Yeah, they are. Yes, we have some physical running backs. So Dowdell and Seth McGowan, they're going to take some playing time away from Wilcox and Patterson. So what do you guys want to talk about? Anything? Can everybody hear me okay? Somebody speak up. Wildcat Highlights, you still in here? Anybody? Did I lose anybody? Hello? Let me type in hello. Oh, okay, good. All right, I just want to make sure. All right, don't everybody speak up at once. You can listen to me. The Toledo line, it went from 12.5 to 11. I bet it at 11.5 for those of you that bet. Yeah, thank you, Wildcat Highlights. Thank you. The Toledo line went to 9.5. That's about right. I mean, 10-point game. I mean, look, Toledo can score. They just can't stop anybody. It's like they run the air raid, and it's going to be, we just don't want it to be a high scoring game. Okay, we don't want we don't want them to get up in the 30s. We need to just, like I said, just take them out. And look, it might be close for a while because they're that good. They do have one or two receivers. They have Chip Trainum. Does everybody know that they have our running back? Chip Trainum, who was with us, went to Toledo. Now, the good news for us is Toledo has 5 new offensive linemen, so they haven't played together. So hopefully we will exploit that. Because, like I said, he's going to stay in the shotgun the majority of the time. Maxwell Harrison got hurt in the Buffalo Bills camp. They thought it was a serious knee injury, but it's not serious. Okay, good. So, Alex Safari makes the Butkus Award preseason watch list. That tells you good how good he is. That's why we moved him to inside linebacker. So. Anyway, yes, Afari, he'll be, look, he was our leading tackler last year, I think. So, my stomach's over here. I don't want to see that. Anyway, that's the headlines from KSR. They don't talk a lot about football on KSR, guys. I don't know what the deal is. I know Matt Jones doesn't know football, but come on, man. Talk football every once in a while. What do you guys want to talk about? There's 12 people in here. What's on your mind, guys? Hey, listen, first game right here. Going to watch Toledo right here, the entire game. I can't put the game on TV, but we'll do a little play-by-play and we'll have a chat going, and we'll just sit here and talk about the game as the game processes, plays out. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, I see you, Wildcat Highlights. Yeah, Wildcat. I know there's another football Kentucky channel going tonight. I didn't care. I was like, hey, I'm scheduling my channel. Look, we're gonna talk about football in here, and any football fan can come in here. I don't care if it's Louisville, Tennessee, whoever. We'll talk football with anybody. But no. So anyway, basketball. Well, there's some basketball news. Our point guard is shooting the ball very well. Jalen Lowe. Yeah. So it came out that this summer he's starting to, shoot the ball very well because we were worried about his 3-point shooting. But I knew he would. I knew he'd come around. Dad says, I like your analysis of our defense. Yeah, versus our offense from last year. Yeah. We need improvement on offense to get better. We're going to get improvement on offense because our offensive line's better and our running backs rooms is better. You put Dowdell, he scored 12 touchdowns. All of them were from the 5-yard line in. So, he scored on Ohio State and all the Big Ten schools. So we solved our running problem, believe me. McGowan out of the backfield. Watch Seth McGowan. Okay. Wilcox is not going to get as much. I mean, he's still going to play, and Patterson, but dude, we're going to hopefully we will throw the ball to McGowan out of the backfield. That was the Boise State offense I saw Bush Hamden running. And I know people didn't like Bush Hamden. So, but I like Bush Hamden. Let's see what he can do. I mean, right. But yeah, my channel is, let's see, March, April, May, June, July, August, 5 months old. August the 3rd, I'll be five months. So, some people ask me, how do you get your subscribers up? Well, you got to do videos and lives. Once I started doing these lives and then people watch them, I start gaining more subscribers. So, hey, I'll take whoever wants to come with us. All right. Look, don't expect the SEC network to ever give us a fair shake. If you're looking for validation from the national media, you're not going to find it. So just come on in here. What they don't understand is Paul Feinbaum. He's a dinosaur. I mean, he's been doing the same thing since 1998. This is the new media. You do not have to listen to him. Don't listen to those guys. Come in here. We'll talk football. We don't need them. We already know what they're all going to say, the exact same thing anyway. So you know what? We don't need you. Just like the people stopped watching all the news, CNN and Fox News, and they went on YouTube and watched their favorite channels. Why? Because that's where the new media is. It's here with us. We don't have to listen to them. Screw them. We already know they don't like us. Why do I care what you think, Paul Feinbaum or Josh Pate or whoever else? Same thing on these podcasts, Good Old Boy podcasts. I like the SEC podcast with Uncle Shane or Cousin Shane and whoever else the guys are. I mean, they're okay, but damn, I mean, it gets tired. Every one of them say the same exact thing. They just regurgitate the same lines. We can't beat Ole Miss because it's a revenge game. Yeah, heard ya. That's what you said last year. We should have beat Georgia last year. That's the one that was the big mistake right there. The team quit after that. I saw it after that game, and then South Carolina kicked our ass, and then we lost to Georgia. Guys just checked out. All right, guys, what do you want to talk about? There's 11 people in here. Speak up. Don't everybody speak up at once. No, I think we're going to have a balanced team. And like I said, on our defense, just be in the 30s. I mean, we're 44th. It depends on who you look at. Everybody's different. ESPN will have us one, but we're in the 40s. We need to get back in the 30s a little bit. And with that offense, we'll be fine. Our offense was 109th. Okay, that's bad. That's awful. Okay, that's got off. Brock Vandergriff. Oh my God, that was biggest dud we ever had. I mean, he really set us back. I'm not trying to blame the kid. We had no offensive line, and the damn team imploded. And anytime money's involved, fellas, So, all right. Well, let me sit down then. If we're not going to talk, I'll just sit here and talk. I'll talk to you guys. Let me move my camera up. There we go. Let's sit down. Yeah, you guys like my flag back there? I'm trying to get this to where when I come on and I see myself, I know we're pretty good. Okay, let's get this right. Let me get this right. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Let's not unplug it like we did last time, Tom. Don't do that. I'm Tom, by the way. Tom, how you doing? Welcome to Kentucky Football Nation. Okay. Well, guys. Wow. All right. Well, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Let's talk about our schedule. It's brutal. Okay. They were talking about you look at the bottom 5 teams. Well, if you don't count us, we don't play Mississippi State. Okay. We don't play Arkansas, and we don't play, who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Missouri. We don't play. So the 4 weaker teams than us are Vanderbilt, Missouri, Mississippi State, Arkansas. Only one we play is Vandy. So Missouri doesn't play Texas or Georgia. Well, yeah, they're going to win 7 or 8 games if you look at their schedule, and they get that schedule twice. So we just luck of the draw, fellas, and we lost. Can you talk about wide receivers? Yes, man. I can talk about. We were just talking about Hardly Gilmore, guys. They were talking about him today. I was reading an article that he is our best deep route runner, and Calzada and him have a little bit of a connection. So he's probably going to see some playing time. But if you look at our wide receiver room, and they were talking about it on KSR, people in the national media are starting to figure out that we have a pretty decent wide receiver room. All right. You look at Kendrick Law from Alabama. He's going to play in the slot. Okay. Now, for those of you that are new, what do we say about Kendrick Law? He is 5'10". I want you guys to listen to what I'm saying. He's 5'10". He's 209 pounds. I've never heard of this. He can run a 4.40, and he can bench press 500 pounds. I mean, look, I'm a firefighter, and I know cops and firemen. I know some big dudes that can bench I'm 500, but I've never heard of anybody that size benching 500 pounds and running a 4.4. Cole Kublik, if you guys know him, he knows the SEC well, and he doesn't have a bias. He said that Kendrick Law is the best blocking wide receiver he has seen since Hines Ward. And Hines Ward played in Georgia in what, 2002? In the early 2000s, so he can block. That's why we got him, because we're going to run the ball. There's your clue. So, no, we got some good wide receivers. Of course, Jamori Macklin's our number one dude. Yeah, I mean, he at North Texas, he had over 1,000 yards, and he didn't get to play last year because we had, of course, Barron Brown and Dane Key wanted the ball. He was the third guy out. He's a really good receiver. Kendrick Law is going to play the slot. Who's going to play in the third one? I don't know. You got Harley Gilmore, J.J. Hester, Fred Ferrier, and we do have a freshman named Montavian Quisenberry that we didn't talk about any of our other lives. If you watch the spring camp highlights, this dude Quisenberry, freshman, I don't know what high school, I forgot where he's from, was really good. Oh, Blakey's back. Is Jagger Burton going to bench? I just got back. Mark Stoops said, this is called a clue, in his press conference that I reviewed. And if you'll go back and look at my Mark Stoops video, I went over his summer press conference. He said that if Jagger Burton can't play center, we can always slide him over to guard. Okay. He was talking about Wibberly, because they started talking about Wibberly first. And so that right there is a little clue for all of us. Jagger Burton might start out center. I don't know. Highlight says that somebody else is going to play center. I forgot who you said. Wildcat highlights. I forgot who he said. No, I don't think he's going to get. I don't think Burton will get benched. I think he's going to start out somewhere either at guard or at center. Okay, but if he does not play well, and God knows last year, I've never seen Jeff Picoro, our color guy, was calling him. He got so mad at him in the Louisville game, he was calling him out by name, and Picoro never calls out. But the dude was jumping off sides. He just was getting beat. I mean, Vandergriff was getting smacked because of Burton, and he was getting called out by name, so he needs to play better. He's going to start. Yeah, highlights, I agree. Yeah, he's going to start somewhere. He'll either start center or guard. That's what Mark Stoops is kind of hinting at. And he's good. He's a senior. Come on, man. The dude's massive. What is he, 336? I mean, come on, man. It's your senior year here. I mean, I don't think he's going to go play in the NFL, but, Jagger Burton has to play well. And the big blue wall is going to do well. Okay, Siaj Pete, I'm telling you right now, that's the guy you're going to hear. That guy, in fact, KSR is going to have Siaj Pete, full-blooded Native American. Really cool dude. I mean, super smart guy. I forgot what his heritage is. No, it's not Comanche. I don't know what he is. Full-blood Native American. He's going to be on KSR, I think, in the next couple of days. Defensive line. Icon says, what do you think about defensive line? Well, Mark Stoops says we have depth at defensive line. I think the two guys we picked up, I really like David Gusta from Washington State, and I really like the South Dakota pickup. Who am I thinking about? Marquise Humphrey Grace. Those two pickups were smart because I just did a video on them. If you want to go back and watch my video, I did a video on both of them together. And, man, I mean, David Gusta he just gets in the backfield and disrupts a run. He disrupts the quarterback, and if you hand the ball off, he's disruptive. He didn't have a lot of sacks, whereas Humphrey Grace had a lot of sacks for South Dakota. But, of course, people say it's South Dakota. Yeah, I mean, Humphrey Grace got a lot of sacks. But then, look, we got Khalil Saunders coming back, Gerard Smith coming back. So we have players returning. Josiah Hayes. Stoops talked about Josiah Hayes, how he was injured, and he should be better. Yeah, defensive line by committee. Stoops said we've got 8 deep, so we can. Last year we could not rotate in defensive linemen because they were hurt. He says we have enough people to keep a fresh defensive line in there. That's the plan. Yes, good point. Wildcat highlights. That's what Stoops says. We're going to rotate people in, but man, I wouldn't take Gusta or Humphrey Grace out unless I had to, because those two dudes are good, and you're going to hear their name called a lot. So, story came out. Of course, everybody knows. They keep saying the strength of our team is our secondary, but you know what? We'll see. Yeah. They also said we're going to play a little bit of. I think what he was trying to hint at, Stoops was trying to hint at, we're going to play a little 4-3 and we're 4-3, and we're going to play a little 3-4. So I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe depending on what team we play. But yeah, first game, Tucker Gleason, guys. If you're new, 11 people in here. He's in a shotgun. He's going to have extra time. We got to get in his face. We got to disrupt him. Make him run. Hell, Toledo has, this is the little tidbit you're not going to get anywhere else. They have 5 new offensive linemen, so they haven't played together. So we need to get in their face. If he's going to stay in the shotgun, that's fine, dude. We're going to get right up. We need to get in the backfield quickly. And I'm going to tell you what, David Gusta can get in the backfield real quick, and so can Humphrey Grace. And then, of course, the Cam Olds coming off the end. If you look at our linebackers, this dude Cam Olds from Kent State impresses me. I've got a video coming out on Cam. I did 4 linebackers. Well, I did two defensive ends and 2 linebackers. These are my fingers. 2 defensive ends and 2 linebackers. That's coming out next week. I just looped it all together instead of trying to break it up. I got a Fred Ferrier video coming out. But I think our defense is going to be solid. Like I said, we were 44th. We need to get back into the 30s. Dad, I think if we kick the field goal on the first drive, we win the game. Oh, if we score first, I don't know. I know, and statistically in the NFL, if you score first, there's like a 60% chance you're going to win the game. It's kind of like that rule of 71 in basketball. Yeah, I mean, look, dude, we just don't need to let them hang around. The one thing, the way we lose the game is if this is Eastern Kentucky and we let this dude hang around, this quarterback is good enough to beat you. Okay. They beat Pitt in a bowl game, and both of them were trying to win the game. They weren't, messing around. They won 48-47 over Pitt. Mississippi State, if you go back and watch my Tucker Gleason, the quarterback for Toledo's video, I did a video. Go back and watch the tape we watched on him. Mississippi State they didn't look like they wanted to be there at all. Icon says, is there anything about Martell's Carter Jr.? I have not heard anything about him at all. I have not heard they have not even brought his name up. So I don't even know where he's at on the depth chart. So are you talking about a guy? Now, is that the guy we already have, right? That's not our high school recruit, right? Icon. I get the names. I have a roster right in front of me, but oh yes, he's a defensive back. He's a freshman from Chattanooga. My bad. Thank you. I've got I'm ready. Guys, be ready. Look, Southeastern 16, all you other podcasts, just be ready when you come on. Yes, I see him. He's on the depth chart, freshman from Chattanooga. I haven't heard anything about him. He's not in the starting. I just did a video on Brad White last night. I put it out. It's a couple days old. We went over the starting 11 players, okay? The first depth chart, which Mark Stoops says subject to change. So, yes, I have not heard anything on him. He's not in the starting lineup. That doesn't mean he won't be on opening day, because what is he? He's 6 foot, 200 pounds. Do you know anything about him, Icon? Tell me something about him. He's from Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's all I know. And he wears number 4. And this is another thing, guys. I noticed there's 2 people wearing 4. There's 2 people. A defensive guy and an offensive guy can wear the same number. I didn't know that until I looked at our depth chart. How many yards do you think Calzada will have? Well, okay, now, as we said, that's a good question, Blakey. I think if he has 200 yards and we rush for 200 yards, we win the game. Any game. Remember, Bush Hamden, the Boise State offense that he's trying to run. The goal was 200 yards rushing, 200 yards, 200 yards passing, 400 yards. So look, Calzada just needs to manage the game. Don't turn the ball over. Don't try to make a throw, especially if we get a lead. If we get a lead, just keep running the ball. So Blake, I'll tell you what, Blakey, I hope he gets about 150 yards, because if he doesn't get very many yards, that means we're running the ball down those dudes' throat. And if you just got here, Toledo, 215th against the run. Okay, they could not stop the run. They gave up long runs last year. That's why they had a lot of high-scoring games. And look, I mean, I think I did a preview video on Toledo, but it was so many weeks ago. I've been doing these preview videos. I'm putting them on, but I did them, in the last week or so, 14 days. So I can't remember everything I said, but their defense has got some people coming back, but they were 78th in total defense or something like that. They can stop the pass, but they can't stop the run, that's fine with me. So I don't know how many yards Calzada will have. Just manage the game and don't turn the ball over. Hey, what's up, Chatsworth 1979? Hi, brother. Tom. Yes, my name is Tom. Thank you for me. I got to remember, I got to need a name tag. My name is Tom. Listen, we're going to watch the Toledo game right here. We're going to watch the Ole Miss game right here. We're going to watch the Eastern Michigan game right here, because I'm not on shift. So I'm not working that day. So those 3 days, we're going to come in and watch the game. We'll have a chat going. You said, hi, Tom, noticed the live stream thought. I popped in, bro. I pray, what will the strongest position group on the defense be? Linebackers, apologize if you already know. I haven't commented on it. Well, a little bit. Just came out on KSR, and Mark Stoops said this during his press conference a couple of days ago. They keep saying the defensive backfield is the strength of our defense. And I keep saying, man, I hope not. Because if your leading tackler is a safety, that means they got through your front four and your linebackers. So look, our back line was not perfect last year. If you go back and watch my South Carolina video, Lenore Sellers, twice. I just happened to see Kentucky in there. In fact, I from Kentucky highlights. Twice they scored a touchdown when our defensive backfield left somebody uncovered. Okay, so we are bad at leaving. We did that against Tennessee a couple years ago. Last year we did it two times over here, 2 times against South Carolina. They scored and a guy was wide open. There can't be any confusion. So no, everybody's saying it's the defensive backfield. It needs to be the defensive line. I don't know what you guys think. I'd be happy with me if it was the defensive line, so we can get some people's face. But no, we're good. Linebacker. I mean, look, we got Sam Green hadn't played that much for USC, but Stoops is high on him at linebacker. Cam Oles, the dude from Kent State, the defensive end. Sometimes he'll be stand up outside linebacker. Sometimes he'll be defensive end. The Kent State guy, he's real fast. He's got a good first step. So I don't know what the strength of our defense is going to be, but I know we need to have a high IQ. And Mark Stoops said this. Yes, our defensive IQ the last couple of years has been bad. Who the hell leaves people uncovered? Come on, man. I even said, hey, Brad White, I know you're not one of the 15 people in here, Brad, but brother, if you are, hey, man, get that IQ up, because we're playing the same people again. If they did it last year, guess what they're going to do again? See if you cover that play again. So hopefully we will not have to. Hopefully we will improve. Our defense was ranked 44th. It needs to be in the 30s at the very. You definitely, man, you need to be really in the top 30. So we need to get that defense, to play as a unit. But I appreciate that, Chatsworth. Appreciate that. I'm Tom, everybody. I don't have a name tag on. Like I said, we'll be watching the games here, right here. If you want to chat about it during the game, I'll have a chat. We can't show the game, but I'll be watching the game and we can chat about it. Some people's going to the game, right? Blakey or somebody said they're going to the game. So yeah, you'll get to see, hey man, get online and text, I'll give you my email, my phone number, text me something. But no, guys, this channel is going to be, we will do basketball. So, we'll do some basketball when that fires up. Basketball gets a lot of views. Anybody got any more questions? Yeah, we talked about our defense, our kicking game. Supposedly we got 2 field goal kickers who have 2 strong legs. Now, the question is, can they do it during the game? Anybody can do it in practice, like shooting threes. The guy's shooting threes, and you know. By the way, Trent Noah. They're talking about how well Trent Noah is killing shooting 3-pointers in basketball. And well, okay, that's practice. We'll see if he can do it during the game. Our field goal kickers have got to do it during the game. So hopefully our special teams. We haven't talked about special teams. I don't even know who our special. I have a list of the coaches. I mean, there's 50 people associated with the football team. I can't believe we have that many people. But no, I don't know. Our special teams just need to be solid. We can't look. We're not good enough to make mistakes. For us to win games, I want you to remember. I'm saying this. Two things to look at. We have to win time of possession and turnovers. If we lose time of possession and we turn the ball over, we're not beating anybody, because that's not the way this offense is designed to work. Okay, so yes, we have to, every game I want you to look at time of possession and turnovers, because if we don't win those two, we cannot, we have to keep the other offense off the field. You play teams like Texas, Georgia, dude, you cannot do what we did to Texas and let them be on the field. I mean, Florida be on the field. Blakey, based on spring game, great runs that would have been touchdowns. Yes. Yeah. And Quisenberry had jumped up and made a catch that would have been one. Yeah. Dowdell would have broke one for sure. Do you think it would be good O-line running back or bad? Oh, dude, listen, we're going to run the football. I like our O-line. With Josh, if like I said, we have a massive offensive line. Braun and Pete are supposed to go to the NFL. We have 2 NFL players, and everybody's experienced. We have nobody that's inexperienced. Okay. So if you look at our offensive line, Jalen Farmer's coming back. I mean, he didn't play great, but he's got to play better. Malachi Wood's coming back. So yeah, we got some. They kept a few, but they didn't keep a lot. We got some people out of town. But no, we have a solid big blue wall. That's what we have. That's what we paid for. And like I said in my video, the Brad White video, these guys on Southeastern 16, I like the podcast. But what's up, Nordic? Hey, man, I was wondering where you're at. I was worried about you. Let's go. Hey, Nordic, come on in. Yeah, we're talking about the big blue line. I lost my train of thought. Oh, what was I going to say? Well, I forgot portal pickups. I like Southeastern 16. I don't know if you guys watch this podcast. But the guy said we had dollar store players. Some old guy on there they brought him in as a football expert. Chris Lee, Blake Lovell. Yeah, I like those 2 guys. But they brought some old guy in, and the guy said we had dollar store players. I'm like, dude, do you have a brain in your head? People just don't look. They don't look information up. I mean, I'm sitting here with an iPad over here. If I need to look something up real quick, I'll jump on here. But we were 10th in portal pickups, 4th in the SEC. We were 10th. That's how much money we spent. And some guy just with no brain says we have dollar store players. Southeastern podcast haters to Kentucky football. Look, man. Hey, listen, guys. I was saying this before. Chatsworth. Oh, what an insult. Yeah. Yeah, dollar store players. It's like, dude, do you have a brain in your head? Do people just get on here unprepared? Look, this is the new media. I like Southeastern 16, but let's talk about the SEC network. They're dinosaurs. ESPN, they're dinosaurs. Yeah, Paul Feinbaum's going to badmouth Kentucky because Kentucky doesn't make them money, okay? The Kentucky doesn't make the good old boy network money. They don't want South Carolina they don't want South Carolina winning the SEC. They want Texas. That's why Feinbaum came out and said Texas and Arch Manning's the number 1 quarterback, like the dumbass that he is, because he's making money by saying that. He's just preaching to the choir. We're not in the club. They don't want South Carolina winning. They ain't going to make money with South Carolina. Ole Miss, they're not going to make money off Ole Miss if Lane Kiffin wins the SEC and goes to the playoffs. They don't want that. They want the same old teams, Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma, the same thing. So you know what? This is the new media right here. YouTube. You don't have to listen to them. Don't settle for them. I'm not playing their game. Okay. We're not playing their game of everybody says the same thing. Go watch Josh Pate. Same thing. SEC podcast. Same thing. It's like that. I don't know if you guys have seen that video of the news when they put all these news casts up from all around the country, and they're all saying the exact same thing. That's the SEC media. They're dinosaurs. YouTube is the new media. Okay, we are. You don't have to sell for that shit anymore. So don't watch them. Don't. I know you probably don't watch Fine Mom. Don't look for validation from them. We're not gonna. You're never gonna get it. I'll be 59 years old on Monday. Is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I'll have a live on Sunday night. But yeah, it's never happened in my lifetime. Like I said, I lived in Mississippi. I lived in Alabama. I listened to Feinbaum when he was on Birmingham radio station. Same exact thing. So you know what? Don't settle for it. We'll start our own channel. Look, tell your friend. Look, grow. Hey, grow us. Tell your cousin. Tell your brother. Hey, there's this guy on there. He's half fucking crazy, but he's great, man. Yeah, we're gonna build up Kentucky because they're making a big mistake, guys. Because the Big Ten does not eat its own, but the SEC eats its own. Big Ten. Well, you know what? Yeah. But the Big Ten doesn't eat their smaller teams. Like I've never turned on the Big Ten network and they're saying Rutgers is never going to ever win at football. At least they don't do that. Yeah, they got the Michigan Ohio State thing going on. They hate one another. Okay, I understand that. But they don't go after their bottom team, their teams that aren't that good. They're still trying to build them up. Whereas in the SEC, it's business as usual. We want Georgia, we want Alabama, we want Paul Feinbaum. Guys, how much money is he making? All he does is take a call from Buford in Birmingham's talking about Alabama to Clem in Georgia. And they're just sitting there, I can't understand a damn thing they're saying. They're sitting there, your team sucks. Well, your team sucks. Well, damn. I mean, butchering the English language. And Paul Feinbaum just sits there with a smirk on his face because he's making money. Okay. He's an educated guy. He's never going to like us. I'm going to put up I'll tell you what, I'm going to put up a Hal Mummy video pretty soon. He's going to tell you a Feinbaum story about 1997 when he was dogging out them hiring Mummy and then we beat Alabama and how the story years later played out. Yeah. And so I'll put that video up. Where did you find the depth chart? Our lads depth chart. I think Wildcats put it. I found it on, where did I forgot where I found it. I found it off of a link off of a KSR story. But it's going to change. Whatever it is right now, Mark Stoops already said, don't look at the depth chart right now because it's subject to change. So, but I found it linked off of a KSR story and it had a link to the depth chart. I thought it was from UK, but it's not on the UK Athletics right now because I looked for it too. But I did find one. So, and Stoops did say, yes, there was the first draft. The first one came out. I guess KSR just hadn't posted it yet. Do you want to know? I mean, I went over if you watch, I just did a Brad White video. I put it on last night. I go over the first 11 guys who are starting in the depth chart on defense. Okay. So I do talk about that. So yeah, our lads depth chart. Okay. I guess that's a website. So yeah, David, look, David, nice to see you, brother. I don't know if we met. I'm Tom, everybody. Like I said, I need a name tag. We're going to watch the games here. If I'm not working, we're watching the game right here. Toledo game. First 3 games. I looked at my work schedule. I'm off. We're watching Toledo with a chat going. We're watching Ole Miss with a chat going. We'll watch Eastern Michigan with a chat going. You don't need to go. Don't screw ESPN. Don't click on these podcasts. Don't click on Josh Pate. Don't click on them. I mean, I clicked on a Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb was on the SEC podcast this morning. Nordic says, I'm hoping we get a couple of big wins. Yes. And make these people hating on us put a foot in their mouth. Yeah. Well, look, David Lee, gotcha. I saw KSR recently. Yeah. I don't know where I did it, but yes, Nordic. Let's say Mark Stoops, all of a sudden, let's say we win 8-4 and he's good. All they'll do is flip. They're going to use us when they need us. So if Mark Stoops beats Ole Miss again, you think they're going to give Mark Stoops credit? No, they're going to blame Lane Kiffin. They're not going to give us credit. Now, they'll say, oh, hey, look, he was the winningest coach in the history of the school. I guess we were wrong. They're going to use it to their advantage. Like I said, we're in the network, the Good Old Boy Network, as long as we win. We had a 4-8 season. Auburn's been sucking for 3 years. They're just working on it. We have one bad year. We're one of the 2 worst teams in the SEC. When I statistically go back and watch my Paul Feinbaum video, I just go off on that stupid son of a bitch. I shouldn't curse in here. I'm sorry, I gotta stop cursing. Yeah, I paid. Okay, don't say too many bad words. Uh, Go back and watch my Paul Feinbaum is full of shit video that I put out weeks ago. I just eat them up with stats, and then I had to. Then people said I lied. Then I put the stats down in the comment. No, no, we have been statistically really good the last the last 8 years for sure. We've been better in Auburn. We've been better in Oklahoma. We've been better in a couple people, but no, Texas A&M. But but no, they just don't want to hear it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say bad words because then I watch myself. Like I'll go back and watch the chat and I go, oh man, it's like taking a drink of water, guys. I had a thing I was sucking on a straw. I'm gonna use a bottle because it said, "What am I, baby?" But anyway, I gotta stop cursing. David Lee, what's up? Our lad's website is inaccurate. Oh, they had Wolfslager at center. Well, you know what? Yeah, they did not say he was a center. Yeah, I think that is inaccurate. Joshua Braun at right tackle. Now, I will say this, David. In Stu's press conference, he said if Jagger Burton does not play center, we can always slide him to guard. They were talking about the kid from Western Kentucky, Wilberly. And then he gave you a little clue that. So I don't know who the starting center is going to be. Okay. I don't think they want to put it out there yet. So, but he was talking about Wilberly and he goes, yeah, and then somebody asked him, well, Braun or Wilberly, who's going to start? And he goes, well, we can always slide Burton over to tackle or guard or whatever, slide him over. So should be the backup. I don't know, man. He's good. David, I'm telling you, man, if you watch some Western games, that dude is good. I mean, he's only 305, but man, he grades out. He played at Western, but come on, we'll see. I mean, look, the best player is going to play. So our offensive line coach should know who to put in, and we got 2 offensive line coaches now because he got an assistant. So yeah, they're going to play whoever the best. That's what they said. I don't think we know the answer yet. Let me put it that way. I don't think we figured it out yet. Needs strength. Yeah. Okay. Well, he's 305, but you know what? I mean, I've seen some little dudes that, 305. Now we're saying 305 is little these days. I remember when 275 was big and they're at the 300. Yeah. I mean, it depends on, look, man, if he can do his job and block and it doesn't matter who you are. Hell, there's big dudes that, Jagger Burton has been horrible. I mean, we were talking about that before there's 11 people in here. Jagger Burton, man, he played bad last year. Man, he has not played good at all. Dude, they're going to give him a chance, but they're going to sit his ass down. Whenever Jeff Picurl starts calling you out by name and saying, dude, you've got to start, he got so frustrated, Picurl, in the Louisville game, he started calling Jagger Burton out by name. And very rarely will you hear anybody call out a player by name, but he's got to do better. Burton. If he doesn't, Wolf Slager will be playing or Wilberly. Somebody's going to do something, but I don't think, Wolf Slager's never been a center. So that might be inaccurate. You're right. Because I've never seen him play center when he was in the MAC. So, but no. All right. What's our time here? 8:30. I'm going to go a little bit longer, fellas. What do you want to talk about? I can do some more time. We got 11 people tonight. Yeah, there's another Kentucky chat on. I'm going to say their name tonight. They've been going a little longer than I have. But I'm going to continue to put out videos and live chat. So I'm going to keep going. Auburn videos come out next. So I think, that's going to be Friday and Saturday. I think we do Auburn. I look at, wait till you see how bad Jackson Arnold is. People talking about Calzada is the worst quarterback. Then you watch the dude for Auburn, it came from Jackson Arnold, and you're like, man, that guy sucks. So David Lee says they describe Siage Pete the same way. Listen, man, Siage Pete, I've been talking about him since March 3rd. I knew he was good. At New Mexico State, when they went and beat Auburn and Diego Pavia 2 years ago, they were 9-4. They went to Auburn and just kicked Auburn's ass in their home field. And of course, they made excuses for Hugh Freeze. We don't get excuses, but Hugh Freeze is in the club, so he's working on it. He's golfing right now. Yeah. So Nordic Jackson Arnold literally can only run. Now I will say this: yes, he can throw a 15-yard pass and he can run. And he's like the ninth rank. He's rated over Calzada. He's like the ninth rated quarterback. Who's ranking these quarterbacks? I mean, if you put if you if you put Arkansas's quarterback, Auburn's quarterback, Oklahoma's quarterback, our quarterback, Mississippi State, you put the 6 or 7 quarterbacks and you watch film on all 7 of them and you didn't know who they were, our quarterback would not be last. Okay. Calzada would not be last because he has a better arm than a lot of the people. Aguilar from Tennessee, he's got a strong arm, but, Calzada's a smart dude. I mean, you've been playing that long. I mean, how old is that guy? He's going to turn 25 or something. Damn. He's got 2 kids and a mortgage here. He's going to have gray hair. Auburn may have the best wide receivers. Doesn't need to be great. No, that you're right, but he has to throw over 15 yards. I mean, his highlights, he does not throw any deep balls at all that I see. He can throw a 15-yard pass, and he has a good, I'll tell you why he's a good runner if you watch the video that's coming out, I think, day after tomorrow when we watch tape on Jackson Arnold. He has a good first step. Like, he's quick. When he takes off, he takes off. So I'll give him that. But, yeah, they have the best receivers, but, man, that's like saying you got the best running backs. But if your offensive line's not that good, yeah, hopefully we should be able to beat Auburn. Man, I'm getting tired. Last year, how is Auburn's defense? It's supposed to be, look, you can't trust anything that's said on these podcasts, these SEC podcasts. I don't trust anything they say. It's supposed to be stellar. I've heard that for 3 years. It's supposed to be stellar. So supposedly it's, I don't remember what I said in the video. I'm going to do Jackson Arnold next on Friday. And then I think Saturday I review Auburn. I did it a couple weeks ago and I can't, in my mind, they're supposed to have a decent defense. But we'll see. We'll see. They make all kinds of excuses for Auburn. We lost 24-10, but by that time, guys, we had quit. Our team, by the time we got to Auburn game, they just had quit. Their running back got almost 300 yards on us. I do remember that. Auburn's running back, who's not there anymore, got 250-something yards on us. I mean, God dang, they just ran the ball right down our throat. Arnold, David Lee says Arnold plays like Terry Wilson, very fast, good runner, but not very accurate. Yeah, I agree with what you just said. Not very accurate. So maybe our defensive backfield can pick them off a couple times. 10 people in here. Like I said, guys, we got to win the time of possession, and we got to win the turnover. If we lose those 2 stats, we will not win again. We will not win very many games. You heard it from me first. Okay, that's we cannot let the other team's offense stay on the field like we did last year, because we're just going to get beat bad. I don't think that will happen. I think that's why we got the offensive linemen and the running backs and the I don't think my tight end videos come out on Boyer yet. It's coming out. Boyer, the tight end, blocking tight end. He's really good. I mean, unless we're throwing, I don't think you're going to see Hernandez and who's our other tight end, Josh Caddis. I think Boyer's, from what Stoops has said, Boyer's going to be in there a lot because we're running a lot. So that means unless we're in a passing situation, don't think Caddis and Hernandez will be in there a lot. So we'll see. All right, guys, I'm going to stay on a little bit longer. What time is it? 8:30. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit. I'll do some more. Any more questions? What do you want to talk about? Like I said, we're going to watch the game right here. Come here. You don't have to settle for the Fine Bombers. Don't listen to them. Screw them. They don't know what they're talking about anyway. Drew Franklin, for those of you that watch KSR, Drew Franklin is a good gambler. He wins a lot of money on gambling. He bet over 4.5 games for us. He said 5 or 6. I bet it as soon as it came. Well, no, I waited for the price to go up, but I bet us to win more than 4 games. We're going to win more than 4 games. I'll be here for the games. Well, appreciate it, Nori. I don't care. Whoever wants to come, tell your friends, we're coming. We're watching the game. I'm off the first 3 games. So we're going to watch Toledo. We're going to sit here and watch Ole Miss. I know we can't beat Ole Miss. I know it's a revenge game and we have 0 shot. That's what they said last year. But we can beat them and Eastern Michigan. So I am off those 3. Then I work for a couple weeks and I won't get to do the game. but we have a bye week after our third game, which is strangely placed bye weeks. We have after the third week, and then we don't have one for a long time. Then we have one at the end of the year. Yes, David Lee, we are the diehards. Yes, we know, but they don't want to hear from us. Like I said, they want Stoops to go away. That was a good story. They're not making money off Mark Stoops. They're making money off Alabama, Georgia, the good old boy network. They ain't making money. Whenever Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss, they'll be out of the club. As soon as the North Sellers leaves in South Carolina, they don't want South Carolina winning the SEC. They don't want Ole Miss. I hate to tell Ole Miss fans, they don't want you. You're not in the club. We want business as usual. That's how we make money. That's why Feinbaum came out and said Arch Manning is the best quarterback and Texas will not lose a game and win the national championship, because that's what makes him money. And that's who he gets calls from. Well, he sits there and lets two good old boys argue with one another as they butcher the English language. I can't understand half these good old boys. And he just sits there with a smirk on his face, cashing those ESPN checks. But no, that guy, he is what he is. What do you want to talk about? Like I said, we'll win the Toledo game. Don't worry about that. They stay. He's in the shotgun. They cannot run the ball, and they cannot stop the run. So they were 215th versus the run last year. So yeah, and they have 5 new offensive linemen. So even though he's going to be in the shotgun and he ran a lot, graduated all the good offensive linemen, and one guy left got rated. So yeah, let's just get in his face. The line is 9.5. If anybody does FanDuel, anybody bet in here? I mean, I like it. I don't bet a lot of money, but I enjoy. I didn't understand it until I started doing it a couple years ago. What's plus? What's minus? Then you start, losing money. You figure out real quick. Oh, yeah, minus is my points or their points. Yeah, so plus is the other side. So, but yes, this is a diehards channel. I just passed 350 subscribers. Hey, man, that's good enough for me. I thought, man, if I could get 100 people, if I could get 100 diehards, running back depth makes me confident. It should. David Lee says, running back depth makes me confident. We can run the ball. We can. Toledo's throat. Yes, we can run it, especially when you say they struggle stopping the run. They struggle stopping the run, and they were bad at it. They can stop the pass. Like I said, somebody asked me how many yards do I think Calzada will have. I think Blakey asked me that. The less yards that Calzada has means we ran the ball down their throat. So I don't care if the guy has 150 yards. That means I just want us to get 300 yards rushing or 250. And yes, like I said, Toledo has 5 new offensive linemen. So they haven't played together. So you know what? He's going to be in the shotgun. They're horrible in short yardage and goal line. Why? Because they're trying to run out of the shotgun. And, even if he gets under center, they don't do that. It's the old Hal Mummy thing where you just run a draw. You can't run a draw on the 2-yard line. It's not going to work. You can't be in a shotgun at the 2-yard line. I mean, you're going to throw it. So yeah. So we should. Yes, David, you're right. Nordic, I have a feeling we will do fine running the ball. This year. I agree with you with all the running backs. Yes, and the big blue wall. David Lee, McGowan, Dowdell, and Wilcox are a good trio. You're right, brother. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, there's a couple of teams that have, but as far as you pick 3, Patterson's good too. Seth McGowan impresses me. Go back and watch my Seth McGowan video. When he hits the hole, damn, man, he hits the hole. Like he drags people. And he can catch the ball out of the backfield because he had like 26 catches and 4 touchdown catches, or 3. Yeah, we need to throw the Boise State offense. You throw the ball to the running back. We did not have that last year. I think that's why we got McGowan. I'm just going to use it as a hunch. Yes. So let them blitz. Cameron, how you doing, Cameron McCullough? Nice to see you tonight. Calzada is going to surprise a lot of people. Yes, he can put a spin on the ball. Yes, he is good. One of my very good friends is a Texas A&M alum, and he saw Calzada play. And like I've told the story before, if you haven't heard it before, when we got him, I called him up and I said, "Hey, is this guy any good?" And he goes, "Yeah, the guy's real good. He's got an arm." If you watch my Zach Calzada video, that dude can, he can put the zip on the ball. So I know Jamori Macklin said that during the spring practice interviews that, hey, man, you got to adjust to this guy's ball because he's going to get it to you. Yeah. And Calzada can run. And so he can run for a first down, whereas Boldy can't run for a first down. and Vandergriff couldn't run, and the guy before him after Levis, but before I can't remember the guy. We have so many quarterbacks every damn year. I can't remember 2 years ago. He couldn't run either. Dowdell should be in for short yards. Oh yeah, should come in. Yes. Yeah, I think when we're in the other end of the field, I think Wilcox is going to be in there. But when we get inside the 10-yard line, listen, Dowdell scored 12 touchdowns, and every one of them was for like 5 yards, and he was like top 5. I've said this stat because no other SEC podcast is smart enough to look this up. When I started looking into Dowdell, he was top 5 in picking up a first down on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2, top 5 in the nation. Okay, that tells you right there. He can score. Yes, he's going to pick up some first downs that Wilcox couldn't get, and yeah. So let him stack the box. McGowan can go out for a pass. McGowan's going to leak out. I mean, that's the Boise State offense. I want to see the running back catch the ball. Start throwing to running back. I mean, people talk about throwing to the tight end. Throw to the running back. Look, if we run the ball, that sets up the pass. That sets up everything. Go ahead and put everybody in the box, and then Calzada will get right over the top, and let's hit somebody. All right, 14 people in here. How you doing? All right, guys, I'm gonna stay here 15 or 20 more minutes. If you want to talk, what do you want to talk about? I'll try not to curse. I had to kick somebody out tonight, guys. I mean, there's a fake fan that was so bad. BB in for life. He's came on my videos and I blocked him, and he'll be back as a different name. He's a Louisville fan, or Tennessee. I think it's Louisville. And he just came in, and I said, hey man, he came in and said something negative, and I said, hey man, don't do that. And he did it again. So I blocked him. So you're not BBN for life. You're blocked for life. There you go. I made a pun. Devin Leary. Yeah. Thank you. Couldn't remember Devin Leary. Yeah. He couldn't run. So yeah, we're going to have a quarterback who can run. What's up, Blake? Blake Cummins, man. Thank you. Gilmore have breakout year. Look, they're talking about Harley Gilmore is our best deep route runner. And so if Calzada said that too, that was just came out on KSR. It was either, I think it's on their site, or either they talked about, I think it's on their site. So yeah, Harley Gilmore came back for a reason. Nordic, hopefully we will be able to throw the ball down the field for more than 15 yards. Yeah, the offensive line will block. Calzada will have time. He will not be the last ranked quarterback with these dumbasses that just repeat the same thing over and over. First, they tried to say he went to Incarnate Word. They were so stupid. They didn't know that the first pick in the NFL draft, Cam Williams, if you're a Tennessee fan, or Cam Ward, excuse me, I said Cam Williams. Cam Ward played 2 years at Incarnate Word and tore it up before he went to Miami. And then once I put out a video about where in the world is Incarnate Word, and then people were like, oh, damn, yeah, we know what Cam Ward. I noticed when I put that out, all of a sudden some good old boy Feinbaumers started repeating it. Yeah, after I said Cam Ward went there, why can't Zach Calzada be successful? Then all of a sudden somebody found out about it and they started repeating it. Ready for some football. That's right, Blake. We are ready. Blake Cummings says he's ready for some football. Look, man, what are we? It's August. Today's July 30th, and the first game is on August 30th, right? So here we go. We're going to be right here. We're going to watch the game right here. Tell your friends. Look, tell people. We don't settle for the SEC bullshit media. Screw them. They don't care anything about us, so we don't care about them. Let them think whatever they want. Some fake fan wants to come in here. If you're going to be a fake fan, be good at it, because I will catch you if you keep talking the same way every time. David Lee says, do you think the starting wide receivers will be good? Yes, I do. There's a story on KSR. I had my trusty iPad out over here. You can't see over here. And there's a story on KSR about the national media is watching some of our summer practice that started, and they're figuring out that, man, these guys have a solid group of receivers. Yes, our wide receiver room, there's not going to be any, Barron Browns and Dane Keys, but both of them had a bad attitude. By the end, Dane Keys surprised me, but Barron Brown did not surprise me. He's not even listed starting on the depth chart at LSU, so I hope he got paid a lot of money. But no, our wide receiver room is experienced. Think of Mark Pope's basketball team. They played a lot of football. J.J. Hester. Stellato played a lot of football. He was in a bowl game against us. If you go back and watch my Toledo video, which Wildcat Highlights put out, I used Wildcat Highlights. Toledo, I mean, he was catching balls on us when we lost to them 38-35 a year or two ago. We lost to them. Blake Cummings, yes, we're deep at wide receiver. Yeah, I mean, look, you're going to see Kendrick Law in the slot. So yeah, we are going to be Kendrick Law is going to be fast, and he's going to be Wandale Robinson. That's what he's going to be. We're going to get him open in space on about a 3-yard pass. He's going to break it. He's got 4.4 speed. Once he breaks it, good luck trying to catch him. That's what they need to use him as. That's what they did in the Boise State offense. The slot receiver kind of plays in closer to the formation. Of course, nobody in the SEC media looks that up. They just go, yeah, they look at our wide receivers. Yeah, they suck. Yeah, you didn't look at the Boise State offense and how we're going to use the wide receivers, because that would take time and effort, and we don't give a damn about Kentucky, so screw them. They're going to win 4 games. Oh, what do we have here? Cameron McCullough. Hello, brother. The Kentucky hate is real. Yes, they hate us. David Lee Solano is very good in our bowl game. Yeah, he caught a couple passes on us. But yes, the Kentucky hate's real. And look, it's all about money. We don't make basketball. They're going to talk about us. Guys, why do you think they threw Matt Jones? Remember Matt Jones was on Paul Feinbaum's show a lot. He like subbed in for him. And then all of a sudden they told him he couldn't be on the show, supposedly because he said something bad about an LSU coach. You really think that's why they took Matt Jones out there? Because he said something bad about it? No, they don't want us on there. They'll talk about us basketball because Mark Pope's a good story. And if they don't talk about it, everybody else is going to be talking about it. So we're going to be so good. But football, no, we don't make them any money. They don't care. They don't care at all. But they don't care about South Carolina. They don't care about Ole Miss. They don't care about Arkansas. We want things status quo. We want Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn. That's who we want. So Tennessee, which they deserve it. David Lee, I hope our new tight end coach can develop Willie Rodriguez. Good. Yes, Merrill never developed anybody. Not in tight ends, he didn't. But I tell you what, I just said this, David Lee, the Henry Boyer guy, the blocking tight end we got from Illinois, Mark Stoops is hinting that guy's going to be in the game because he run blocks. So I don't know, unless we're in a throwing situation, I don't know how much time Hernandez will see over Caddis. We'll have to see if we play 2 tight ends or not. I guess if we're going to run the ball, we're going to play 2 tight ends. So if Boyer's going to block, then yeah, we'll have it's either going to be Caddis or Hernandez going out for a pass, I would think. Nordic says they still hate Kentucky basketball. Look, Kentucky basketball hate bleeds into football. You think they want us to be good at 2 sports? No. I mean, no, they do not. I mean, they ain't even talking about Florida basketball. Florida won a national championship in basketball, and if you go on the SEC network, you wouldn't even know they won a national championship. So yeah, they want to ride the football train. I got it. They don't want to talk about it. Oh, Len, Randy's in here. Randy, man, we got celebrity in here. First celebrity is in here. Randy, brother from I cannot say Dogs Cast down there, Georgia Bulldog. What's up, Randy? Randy, I'm new at this. Everybody say hello to Randy. He is a star. Go look at his channel. If you want to know anything about Georgia, I've watched a lot of Georgia people. Uncle Lou, nobody knows more about Georgia than Randy. And Randy's in here, HBTFD Dog Cast. Go subscribe to his channel and watch his lives. And he will treat you with respect. Randy, we're just talking about Kentucky hate. Everybody, we're the blue-headed stepchild of the SEC in football. Nobody loves us. So, but hey, see, everybody knows Randy. Man, Randy, I appreciate you coming in here, brother. I really do. I felt welcome. I've been on his podcast, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna ask a question. I was trying to ask a question about who you picked up in the portal on defensive backs, but no, Randy's a cool dude. So yeah, go over and give him a like and a subscribe because he's a good dude. Randy, I appreciate it. And look, Georgia, yeah, I know Gunnar Stockton sucks. That's what Paul Feinbaum said, Randy. Gunnar Stockton sucks. And then they play the thing of your coach sitting right next to him saying, hey, thanks for saying Gunnar. I told Gunnar's very motivated by you. So yeah. I mean, look, Georgia, Gunnar Stockton is going to be fine. And you can't judge Gunnar Stockton off of one game. What the hell? Come on. Paul Feinbaum. He loves Texas. Yeah, I think I made a comment on your page, Randy, that they want Texas to win so bad. They don't want Georgia to win anymore. Yeah, they need somebody new. But no, uh, Gunnar Stockton, you can't judge him off one game. But no, we're sitting here talking about Kentucky. Can we win more than 4 games? I think we'll be fine. Randy, I will never forgive Mark Stoops for punting that ball against you guys with 4 minutes left on the 50-yard line. I was yelling at the TV, and my wife was saying, "Why are you yelling? They can't hear you." And I was saying, "Don't punt the ball. For God's sake, they're going to run out the clock with 4 minutes." Man, Mark's one of the dumbest things, Mark Stoops. I mean, I don't know if we'd have won, but we would have had a chance to win. Uh, Randy, if you are still on here, when is the last time Georgia lost a home SEC game? I think I looked it up and it was 2019. Oh, yes, I know, Randy. Yes, you treat everybody with respect. Uh, yes. So yeah, like I said, if you want to hear somebody that does live the right way, because that's when I started. Before I started doing a live, I went to watch. I'm gonna point to him over here. No, this way. Yeah, I went to watch his live, and I said, "Oh, okay. So I don't have graphics, but I need to do a live like he does." So yeah, I'm copying you, Randy. South Carolina. Oh, okay. Yeah, 2019. Yes, South Carolina. Okay, I gave out the right stat. I said that on my. I have a Georgia preview video, but don't watch it, Randy, because it's not up to your standard. I can't match you, but I did preview Georgia in one of my videos, and I said it was 2019. Yeah. So what's our chances of winning at Georgia, Kentucky people? Raise your hand if you think we're going to win at Georgia. I ain't raising my hand. No, I mean, look, we're not going to beat them. We had our shot last year, and we blew it. We had a shot to maybe. But no, not this year. Not this year. I'm unprofessional, Randy. I'm gonna take a drink of water right. I don't see how you do a podcast that long without drinking water. Um, would you rather? Nordic says, would you rather have Gunnar Stockton or our quarterback? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Gunnar Stockton, like I said, you can't judge them off one game. I think they're good with Gunnar Stockton, and we're good with Calzada. That's what I'm gonna say. I think they've got who they need, and we have who we need. Cameron McCullough says, any freshman you're excited about? Quisenberry. See, I just talked about him, Cameron. Quisenberry. Yes, he was good in spring practice. I am impressed by him. Randy says, podcast streak ends at 31 games entering the season. I can't fathom getting it up near 40. Well, I mean, you never know, Randy. I don't know who you guys play at home. I know you play us. I forgot who you played at home last year. Well, you beat everybody at home last year, so now okay, you're gonna flip the road games. So let's see. Does Tennessee come there? Well, Tennessee's down. I don't know who comes to Georgia that could beat you, Randy. So who's coming to the Hedges that can beat you, Randy? An SEC team. I mean, just South. I don't know if you play South Carolina again, but Bama, Ole Miss, Texas. Okay, well, you know what? Paul Feinbaum says Texas is not going to lose a game, and Arch Manning's the best quarterback in the SEC. I don't know how the hell he must be psychic. You'll take you're going to beat Ole Miss. Don't worry about that. And you're going to beat Bama. You're going to beat us. Texas would be the only team, that would maybe get you just because they paid for a lot. But you know what? Georgia, look, Randy, I say this all the time. Power rankings, number one is Texas, but number two is Georgia. And Georgia had a heck of a recruiting class. I mean, I think they had you guys had 8 of the top 50 players, high school players. Man, David Lee, DJ Miller may play at wide receiver. You think he's a bigger wide receiver? Don't have many of those on the roster. Martellus Carter, yeah, backup safety. We were talking about him. Maybe that was you that mentioned him, David. I have not heard his name. He's on the depth chart. But yeah, Quisenberry at wide receiver is good. Uh, so, but no, Randy, I don't know. I hope you beat Texas. Yeah. And Kirby Smart was sitting next to Paul Feinbaum, and you just, thanks for telling. Yeah, Gunnar Stockton heard you say that. We're going to be, man, forget Texas to beat them, win another championship. You and Uncle Lou would go crazy. That's fine with me. Texas, you know what? So everybody's talking about expansion. I don't know. We'll see if we get North Carolina. I don't know where we're going with this NIL and expanding the SEC. The more you expand, the more your portion of money goes down. So, if we we're going to have to take more than North Carolina. So we probably have to take Florida State. Did you see my live? No, Randy, I was doing this. I power rate regular season schedule. I power rate our regular season schedule. No, I didn't see it tonight, Randy. I need to go back and watch it. I was sitting here thinking, I wonder who will come over here. There's another Kentucky podcast on too. I knew yours was on, but I'm sure you got Texas as the team that can get you right. I'm sure you do. Uh, but no, never doubt Kirby Smart. I like his name is Smart. He's not Kirby Dumb. He's Kirby Smart. But no, he's a good coach, man. But no, our schedule. Who can we be? Look, we should get all. We can take Auburn. We can take Vanderbilt. I mean, if you look at our schedule, if DJ Lagway's hurt, we can take Florida. I mean, Ole Miss, we can beat Ole Miss. I'm getting tired of hearing about this, Randy. So we can't beat Ole Miss because Lane Kiffin. It's a revenge game, and Paul Feinbaum and all these Feinbaumers say there's no way we can beat Ole Miss because Lane Kiffin's going to be mad, and it's a revenge game. Seriously, I mean, I'm thinking, what? That's what you said last year. Who cares if Lane Kiffin's mad? I mean, I'm sure he's going to be more motivated, but don't sit there and say we play them close all the time. We give them trouble all the time. Our record against them is close. If you look, I know we only have winning records against Mississippi State and Vanderbilt. That's the only two teams we have, but it's close against Ole Miss. I believe David Lee says, I believe Georgia had Texas and Bama at home, so I like them to win the league. Yeah. If they win one of those, if Georgia wins one of those games, even if they lose to Texas and they go to the SEC championship game, they can get them there. So you'll get two shots at them. Wildcat highlights. Ole Miss doesn't have an O-line. Yes, their defense is average. And look, I like Lane Kiffin, but you know what? He's overrated. So we beat Ole Miss 2 years in a row. If we beat, we can beat them. We should have beat them year before last. When we played them, I know with Levis broke his finger, we had him beat then, and a touchdown got called back at the end of the game. So look, we had our chances, but that Georgia game that gets me. If we would have beat them, maybe our team wouldn't have quit. And after we lost to them, and punting, man, why would you punt the ball? Hey, Randy, we play Texas at home. You know what? We'll beat them for you. Don't worry about it. We'll be some shit if we would. Paul Feinbaum would have to. I don't know, man. He'd have to start taking Prozac if we beat Texas. You know what? And he wouldn't give us credit, but that's all right. We'll beat Texas for you. I mean, look, we were in the game last year. The first half, we were in the game. We just couldn't get off the field. Yeah, we can't. We have got to run the ball. Randy, I said 2 stats if you're still here that Kentucky has to do. We have to every game, time of possession and turnovers. If we can keep the other team's offense off the field, because we have got a good defensive line this year. I mean, we have got another good offensive line, and we picked up 2 really good running backs. Dowdell from Nebraska, 12 touchdowns. He's a goal line back. He can score on the goal line. And we picked up this guy from played for Oklahoma and then went to Mexico State, Seth McGowan, who can catch balls out of the backfield. So we have got a stable running backs and some good offensive linemen. So we're gonna line up and do Stoops ball, run the ball. So podcast. Yeah, Randy, listen, brother. The fact that you are the first star that ever came to my channel, I'm gonna come back, man. I'm gonna come back on your channel. And look, man, I appreciate you so much, man. As soon as I saw you pop up, I'm like, Randy's here. See, I remembered your name, Tom. I'm Tom, by the way. I never tell you about my name, Tom. Everybody, my name is Tom. I don't say my name on here. I should. I need a name tag. This is my 3rd live, Randy. 3rd live. Yeah, in a week. Yeah. So I'm just learning equipment and function. I don't have any fancy graphics. I'm just sitting here talking. I do have notes. I do have my iPad where I can look stuff up. If I need to know something about Gunnar Stockton, I can look it up. Some of these SEC podcasters don't know how to look stuff up. So, but no. All right, guys, I'm going to do about 5 more minutes here. David Lee, when we go to a 4-3, who's the starting defensive tackles? Oh, man, you know what? That's a good question. Gusta's going to be in there, dude. You watched my video. I just did a video on Gusta, 2 of our defensive linemen that we picked up in the portal. Gusta and Humphrey Grace. Gusta's going to be in there because he's 300 something pounds and he can get into the backfield. Randy says, doing great. You've already licked the hardest part. Yeah, trying to figure out, does my camera work? Does my headphone? I've got to cheat. I'm just now starting off, and I'm starting in the YouTube studio. I'm going to start off small. Randy, I have 350 people. This is my 5th month. August 3rd will be 5 months. I do videos, and yeah, I do live, do both. Started doing lives. So, man, nobody else wanted to take on Kentucky football. I guess they were ashamed. I don't know. So I said, well, if nobody else is going to do it, I'll do it. Big Blue Tom. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, Nordic. Yeah, that'd be my nickname. I'm ready to watch these guys play. Yes. Look, I'm sure Randy's ready to. We're getting tired of talking about Kentucky. I'm sure Randy's tired of talking about Georgia, and we're tired of. I'm getting tired of hearing about Gunnar Stockton and how bad he's going to be. I'm getting tired of hearing it. Damn it. Just get to the – who does Georgia play the first game, Randy? Who y'all play first? I know it's got to be a cupcake, right? I'm sure you don't start off with a league game. Whoever you play first, just beat the living hell out of them. And Paul Feinbaum is wrong about Gunnar Stockton. So, yeah, like I said, we need to play the game because this anticipation is killing me. Because we're sitting here speculating. I wonder if we can run. I wonder if we can win 5 games and 6 games. Don't doubt Mark Stoops. I hope he teaches everybody a lesson. I had to block, and Randy had to block somebody for the first time tonight. There was a fake fan that was so fake, so bad at being fake. I had to block him. It's like, dude, if you're going to be fake, be good at it. Marshall, Austin P, Tennessee before Alabama. Okay, well, that's Marshall. I don't know how good Marshall is, but they're not going to be. Austin P, Tennessee, whoa, that quarterback. We'll see. Josh Heupel's a good coach. Yeah, before Alabama, well, you should be 3-0 by the time Alabama. You're going to beat Alabama at home. You know what? And there's another coach that I think might be overrated now that Dubose, whatever his name is. We'll see. He paid for a big roster. I hope Georgia. I hope you get Alabama. Yeah, get them out of the playoff too. Austin P. Yeah, you'll win those games. You'll be 3-0. You'll be 4-0. Yeah. Well, not according to Feinbaum because Gunnar Stockton is horrible. But yeah, that's a nice story for him to get callers, as we've been talking about already. Feinbaum he knows how to get money by sitting there and letting a Georgia caller and an Alabama caller argue, and he just sits there and collects a paycheck by doing that. So yeah, yeah. Not a fan of Feinbaum. It's the same show since, for the last 20 years. Come on, man. Same people, same people on there. Cam McCullough says, I like Afari moving to linebacker. Yep, I do too. If our D-line gets enough pressure, the backfield. So everybody doesn't know, we moved a defensive back up to inside linebacker. He's not that big. He's 220, but he led our team in tackles. He can friggin' tackle, and he's quick, and he can get to the ball. So put him closer to the ball. Wow. Brad White and Mark Stoops, like light bulb goes off. Yeah, we should really put our best tackler closer to the ball. So they moved him to inside linebacker. He's 220, but you know what? Like I said in my videos on Brad White, there's going to be hybrid players now that are a cross between a linebacker and a defensive back. You don't need a 250-pound guy in the middle because nobody's going to line up and run the ball. Everybody's going to spread play the spread offense. So yeah, I like Afari Jr. I really do. Man, this has been a good one, guys. I'm so happy Randy came in here tonight. That makes me feel better. I thought, is anybody going to watch me? Yeah, Randy, when I come on, I'm like, is anybody going to watch me? We're at an hour and 30 minutes. Wow. So we're going to go a little bit longer. If you guys want to talk, we'll talk a little bit. I can stay up a little bit longer. I say stay up. I'm not going to bed, but my wife is like, can you cut this off at about 2 hours? I would like to see you before bed. David Lee, I worry that Afari and Rayner won't be able to stop the run. Nah, you know what? I just said that, David. Look, Afari is too good of a tackler. Dude, I mean, he was tackling running backs as a defensive back, so why can't he tackle him as a linebacker? I mean, the offensive line is going to be closer to him. Nah, I don't think so. I think if Brad White and Mark Stoops thought that he couldn't play inside linebacker, he wouldn't be there. That's what I'm going to look at. Look at it is. Plus, we can always come back, with linebacker. What's our depth at linebacker? I mean, look, we got so many people, Rayner, Steven Souls Jr. I mean, look, if we need to put a Fari Jr. back to a defensive back, we'll just bring in Souls Jr. or Landon Watson or somebody. The Sam Green, the guy that worries me is the Sam Green because USC hadn't played that much. He looks the part, but I don't know. He just hadn't played a lot. So, no, don't worry about a Fari Jr. AFIO. I completely missed this episode. Uh, oh well, sorry, AFIO. Austin, man, you missed it. We have a celebrity in here from Georgia. Randy's from Georgia. See, AFIO, go up to HBTFD Dogcast. I want everybody to go subscribe and like Randy's page. And if you want to see a live that's done fairly and is a really entertaining live, go to Randy's channel and give him a like and a subscribe, because that's one of the first. Before I went live, I started watching people, and I got on Randy's podcast, and I was treated about the best I've ever been treated on another team. He let me talk, and so yeah, Randy's a fair dude, man. He's a good dude. He's a good man, and so yeah, join his crew. And if you want to know anything about Georgia football, I know there's other Uncle Lou and other people that have more subscribers, but I'm gonna go to Randy if I need to know something about Georgia. I'll just go to Randy. So yeah, everybody give him a like and a subscribe. But no, AFIO, what do you want to know, AFIO? We talked about a lot of stuff we talked about the last one. Same thing. AFIO, I'll rewatch this episode. Yes, I did enable the chat. I did not check that box, and I didn't realize when you watch it back, if you don't check it, it won't show the chat when you're watching it back. So AFIO, I enabled the chat, so you should be able to see the chat box. But no, we are going to watch the game here, AFIO. That's what we talked about. I'm off the Toledo game. I don't work the Ole Miss game, and I don't work the Eastern Michigan game. I looked at my work schedule. We're gonna do a live during the game, and we're gonna have a chat going, and we're gonna watch the game right here. All right. So don't go watch any SEC network. Don't watch any Fine Bombers. Just come in here, AFIO, because hey, man, we're gonna do our own thing in here. We know that that the SEC doesn't like Kentucky. We got it. We know Mark Stoops is fired. I heard you. We know we're only going to win 2 games. Oh, and AFIO, I kicked out BBN for life. He's a Louisville fan. I kicked him out. He came on. He said something negative, and I said, "Hey, dude, don't say that again." And he did. And I said, "Now you're not BBN for life. You're blocked for life." He'll come back on a different name, and I'll block him again. AFIO, I love watch parties. Yeah. Now look, I'm gonna let everybody talk. Yeah, yes. Anybody's welcome to come in here. Randy's from Georgia, just like Randy treats everybody with respect. There were Louisville fans in here when we did the last one, and there was a Tennessee fan in here. There was a Florida fan. Hey, man, come on in. This is about football. The one thing the SEC network is bad at is tearing down other teams at the bottom. You watch the Big Ten network, they don't dog out Rutgers football and say Rutgers football coach needs to quit, they ain't gonna win. They don't dog each other out. They build each other up. I'm getting tired of this SEC legacy media. Can't say legacy. I'm getting tired of the Good Old Boy Network and the Fine Bombers. It's the same thing over and over. Heard you. We know, yes, Georgia, Alabama, yeah, but don't tear down the people at the bottom. David Lee, when is your next live show? That's a good question, David Lee. My next live show is going to be Sunday night. I just got bored and wanted to jump on here tonight. Turn on your notifications, guys, because if something goes down, now I'm on duty tomorrow, and I'm on duty at the firehouse tomorrow and Saturday. But so Sunday night. But if something goes down, I'll chop on Friday night. Turn on the notifications. I'll put it on. I'll send it out before, so I don't know AFIO and you guys if you got the little notification. It'll be the white Kentucky football helmet. All right, let's do that. If it's basketball, if it's about basketball, I'll have a basketball. But if it's a football live, we'll have the white football helmet. If you see the white football helmet, that's a live coming up. I'll be here Sunday. All right, North. Well, look, man, we're going to come back Sunday night. We're going to do 7:30 Eastern, I get this messed up because we're Central. 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. So, yes. And do for you that, Randy, I appreciate that. Just you walking in here has done a lot for me. for my confidence already. Because I was like, oh, Randy's here. Oh, man, I got to talk. I got to speak normal. And I didn't curse while you were in here, Randy. So I got to remember, don't curse on the live, Randy. I got it. Yeah, don't curse on the live. No, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate you a lot. AFIO says, I just wondered, since you mentioned it, what got you into firefighting? The Air Force got me into firefighting. Back in the 80s, you had to be really smart. You had to be in the top 25. You took this test called the ASVAB. It's kind of like the SAT, except it's for the military. If you're in the top 25%, you could go to the Air Force. If you were in the bottom, you couldn't. Well, I scored high enough to go in the Air Force. And I thought, I need to get into a job that I can do when I get out. Because I knew I wasn't going to do 20 years. I did 8 years. So it was like, you want to be a cop? You want to be a fireman? I thought, fireman. There's a job I can do anywhere. Best decision I ever made. So yeah, I got into fireman 18 years old. I've done 33 where I'm at right now. So this is my 41st year, and I'll be 59 on Monday. My birthday's on Monday. So yeah, I'll be 59. And I'm thinking putting that gear on at 59, guys, will kick your ass. I mean, you've got to. I try to tell these young guys, you got to get in the gym, dude. They don't believe me. Christopher Carlisle, thank you for your service. Oh, you're welcome, brother. You're welcome. 8 years active duty, best thing I ever did. College would not have helped me. I got to go. I was stationed in Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Mississippi, King Salmon, Alaska. I went to Honduras, so I got to, in the 8 years, I got to go a lot of different places. Oh, happy birthday! Well, thank you. Early birthday. I'll take it. Hey, man, I lived to see 59. I got a couple of heart stents now. A couple of years ago, man. Had some blockages. I had to say, you know what? Even though you think because you're in shape, it can't happen to you. Diet, guys. Don't smoke, which I didn't smoke. I was in perfectly good health. And they're like, yeah, you have blockages. I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, dude, we're going to stent you. So, hey, I feel better since they did it. But yeah, the diet is important and getting in the gym. I probably get hit by a bus. Knock on wood. I always say that. I'm going to get killed jogging, which I can't jog anymore. I got a pacemaker defibrillator. Well, God bless you, brother. Got to save your life. The stents saved me because, believe me, I walked into the ER and I didn't say, I think I'm having a heart attack. I said, I am having a heart attack. They put the EKG on me. Yes, you are. Yeah, I know the symptoms. I've worked a couple of them. Jared Young, happy early birthday. Well, thank you, Jared. I appreciate it. Thought you were in your late 30s. Well, thank you, brother. No, I will be 59 years old. I live in the gym. I might be the only person in the United States of America that does not play video games. My young guys, 20-year-olds or 30-year-olds are playing video games at work. I'm in the gym. I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to tell them, look, guys, it's coming. We're not going to beat death is undefeated. I've got to do, I really need to do 7 or 8 more years. Now I'm in charge of my shift, so I'm basically the district chief of my shift. So I get to say, hey, you go get that ladder up. Yeah, you, yeah. So yeah, I'm lucky. I'm a captain, so I don't have to do the heavy lifting. Thank you, though. Thank you a lot, guys. So I'll tell you what. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to come back Sunday night at 7:30. When you see you will see the little white football helmet. Thank you, Jared. Yes, thank you, Jared. You will see the little football helmet, and we are going to do 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. And we're going to see what happens, and we'll talk football, whatever you guys want to talk about. Like I said, first 3 games, right here. Just right here. We're going to check. We don't go. Go on Randy's podcast. Remember I said a lot of the podcasts, but go on Randy's podcast, the Georgia guy. Nobody's better than he is. Nobody's nicer than he is. For him to come in here, that means a lot. That meant a lot to me tonight. Gives me a little bit of confidence. But no, I will see you guys Sunday night, okay? You going to be here? I'm not going to come. Is everybody going to come back Sunday night? Come back. Tell your friends. Call your brother. Call your cousin. There's some crazy-ass dude who's 60 years old. Looks like he's 30. Thank you for that comment. That does a podcast and he curses. Yeah, I got to stop cursing. Don't say curse words. Don't do it. All right, so I'll tell you what. We're going to wrap this up. And I appreciate all of you that came tonight. And look, AFIO, watch it back. Like I said, I enabled the chat for you, brother. I was thinking about that. It should be on there. I checked the box. So I'm learning. Show, I enjoyed it. I'll pass through. Yeah. Hey, listen, there's more of us. There's more people sitting out there going, man, football's awful because I watched Paul Feinbaum and they said we suck. And don't do that shit. Screw them. I didn't say F word. Screw them. They don't look. We don't need them. You don't need the SEC network. We got each other. We got to come to my channel. Nobody wants to do football exclusively. I just knew there was a void, and I said, by God, I'm going to fill it. So we're going to fill it, and we are. Yeah, fine, Bobby. Yeah, you see him tune in here. Yeah, I wish I knew he was here. Look, he's making money. We don't move the needle in football, and he doesn't care about basketball. So, what are you going to do? All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off. Everybody, look, drive safe. Put your seatbelt on, and for God's sakes, don't get in an argument with somebody. If they cut you off, don't do what I do. Yeah, I don't shake my fist and honk my horn, but I say a lot of bad words. Don't do that. Okay, people. Yeah, and just be careful out there going to work. And Paul Feinbaum's a Louisville fan. Well, he probably is. No, just look, be safe out there. Just watch it. Everybody be safe. And I appreciate you all, and I will see you Sunday night, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Hey, God bless you guys. Be careful. Have a good night.